Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Soul Goals Podcast. I'm Dawn.
I'm Dixie. We're together again. Woo!
Yes.
I'm excited.
In the flesh.
Yes.
Next to each other.
I love it. I love it.
Today's episode, I can't wait to say it because we were just talking about what we're going to name this episode. And I was like, what do you think about this, Dixie? Because we'll get into the meat and potatoes of it here in a minute. But she's like, And then you spout it off.
I did.
And
But
you said,
you said you know how to say it. So you say it.
you were like, just nonchalantly, it's a gut feeling.
It is.
So what we're talking about today, guys, is kombucha. Yay. I thought it would be
Yay.
really fun to do a little taste test. Actually, my
That'd be
daughter
fun.
thought it would be fun for us to do a taste test.
Yes, I'm excited.
She's like, I'd like to hear what your feedback is about kombucha and gut health in general, because I think that's such a hot buzz topic for a lot of people. And I mean, especially for me, I have ulcerative colitis. So I already have an inflammatory kind of situation in general.
Mhm.
Everything is under control with my diet, with my sleep. Sleep is so important.
It is.
Yeah, water intake and my vitamin supplementation as
Mhm.
well. So I've kind of found my thing. Every doctor will tell you, you kind of got to find your thing when you are going through that.
Mhm.
So I'm lucky that I've done that. And I've always been really hesitant to try kombucha.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I don't know why, because my daughter's home from college over this past Christmas break. And she's like, I got to go to the store and get kombucha because I'm doing it like every night, like
Mhm.
half of a bottle every night. And I've been
Yeah.
doing that for my first semester. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
I have been healthy and I've been feeling great.
I love it.
Yeah, she said, I think you should try it. She goes, with as much as you are into that and invested in that health,
Mhm.
realm and wanting to feel better and really wanting to address your health on a deeper level, I'm like, okay, yeah. So let's go to the store and pick some out. So we did.
I love it.
Kind of got the family on board with it over Christmas. It was really good. I was really excited. So now I kind of have a new shtick.
I love it. And
Yeah.
especially with gut situations going on, like
Mhm.
anything. Do you do other fermented things? Or is this like
well, but outside of like pickled onions?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love
Oh
pickled
gosh,
onions.
I love pickled. And put some cucumber in there too. Ooh,
It's
so
all good.
I
But
know.
outside of this,
Yeah.
this is the only real consistent fermented item that
Yes.
I'm putting in my body.
Love it. And with autoimmune,
Mhm.
autoimmune is all about the gut. It's so
Mhm.
important too.
Yeah, gut and inflammation, which is
Mhm.
really interesting too, because as I'm reading more about kombucha, it's like it's such an inflammatory assist. It helps with inflammation.
Yeah.
I mean, let's read off the benefits of
Let's
kombucha.
shall we?
Beneficial bacteria for gut health, which we already know.
Yeah.
Boost your immunity, therefore. Helps
Mhm.
with digestion. Also helps to balance blood sugar. Right?
Oh, I
didn't know
have heard that. Yeah.
Yeah. And it has acetic acid in it, which is similar to like apple cider vinegar. So I
Mhm.
know
Mhm.
everybody's heard of apple cider vinegar.
I can't do the shots of apple cider vinegar.
Wow, really?
I can't.
What does it do for you?
I've tried them. I just don't like it.
Ah.
I feel like, yeah, no.
It's
But
like
I have
me.
friends that like will do the
Mhm.
shots.
Mhm.
And I've done the little they're not apple cider vinegar, I don't think, but the little wellness shots.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do have friends that's part of their morning routine. They have apple cider vinegar that they just
Down it. Yeah.
I can't. I've tried. I can't. Oh,
So I'm a
I should.
weirdo.
I should just try to do it again.
Well, my husband says the same thing. He has to kind of cut it with water, and give it just a little bit of some dilution, I guess.
Yeah.
But I could take that bottle when I remember it. That's the problem. I need to put it in my fridge where I see it, I remember it, because otherwise I don't. But I could take that bottle and just like chug it. I love anything vinegary.
Cold. Maybe I should try to.
Oh my God, put it in the fridge.
It's always been room temperature, and I'm like,
oh no,
can't do it.
I couldn't do room temperature. No. No.
So maybe that's we'll try it cold.
I think you should.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Put your apple cider vinegar in the fridge. I'm asking you the next time if you've done it.
You got it. And so that whatever's in apple cider vinegar is in kombucha.
Exactly.
Right?
It's the acetic acid, and that helps to fight off the bad bacteria when we eat something that may have something not so good in it.
Yeah.
So like our gut is made up of bad bacteria and good bacteria. And it's crucial to find that balance between the two to stay healthy. So when we get sick, it's just out of balance. It's out of whack.
Right.
We have more bad bacteria, and our gut to brain connection. Let's just talk about that. I mean, that's, I feel like that's
huge.
Huge. And I feel like that's kind of a buzz topic for a lot of people too. But I always talk to clients about, and this is as simplistic as I can get. When you're conceived, like you're a dot. basically, right? And
Mhm.
out of that dot, if you will, and I'm just saying this very, very simplistic because
Sure.
for me,
Right.
right? You grow a head out of a torso. Like your
Right.
head comes out of the torso, and then your appendages
Right.
happen, and everything just develops when you're in utero.
Mhm.
But I'm thinking to myself, my head space is coming directly from my gut. You know what I
that's,
mean? It's
yeah,
all
I've never
it
heard
all.
anybody put the dots together like that. That's interesting. I love
I
it.
mean, it may not actually be the
My
truth, but
brain
it's
came from
talking to me.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just go, everything just pops out. That's it.
Yeah.
I love
But
it.
they also talk about that gut health being related to anxiety,
Mhm.
as well as cognition,
Mhm.
mental focus, so many different things that the brain and the gut are connected on helping with and or inhibiting
Mhm.
within your function in your daily life. So,
And there's some doctors out there that call it your second brain. Your gut is your second brain.
yeah. Yeah.
I've heard that before because your gut microbiome, it changes too based on like environments and
Yeah.
all of that. And something I've been dealing with too with my gut, which may mean I need to try this apple cider vinegar or kombucha on the daily,
Yeah.
is because when you are postmenopause, your gut microbiome changes because of the severe hormone changes in your body.
Yeah.
And so you can develop like certain allergies or intolerances or autoimmune or anything like that. So you have to be conscientious of what's going on and be in
Absolutely.
tune. And it has everything to do with your gut.
Absolutely. Everything. I'll
Mhm.
take another step further in the woo-woo department.
Yes.
Kind of like what I was talking about
Let's do it.
conceiving.
Right.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
You think about like women's intuition or that gut feeling, that gut
Mhm.
thought you have. I always talk to clients about what do you feel like in your body when you're making a decision?
Right.
Where do you feel it in your body?
Mhm.
And 9 times out of 10, the people that I have talked to that have been really honest about getting into that feeling is like, I feel it in my stomach. Like I have a pit in my stomach
Yeah.
when I have to think about making this decision
Right.
or what could come from it and all the different things. So, I mean, there's so much happening
Right.
in our stomach and in our
Yes.
torso.
And when
So
you're
much.
nervous, like you get butterflies in your stomach, that's what
Mhm.
everybody talks about.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
very interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, love it.
So we are going to try and let you know what we're using here today. We're going to try a little shot of 4 different kombuchas that we picked up at the
I
store.
love it.
This one is interesting. It's in a can and it's called Walker Brothers kombucha. And it's this flavor is blueberry jasmine. It's an unpasteurized probiotic. It's also gluten-free.
Nice.
But the cool thing about this is it's brewed in Nashville. So it's local.
Oh, I love
It's
it.
local to us. Yeah.
Local folks.
So my daughter said, "Oh my gosh, go local. Try this." So
Yes.
if you're not watching this, you're hearing me like sounds like I just popped a
Pop
beer
the
open.
top.
Right.
That's right.
So give me a glass. I'll pour you a
Okay,
little bit
let's
and
do
let's
it.
give it a shot. Oh my goodness sakes.
All right.
There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All
right.
Okay, let's go.
What do you think?
That's not bad. You don't like it?
I'm not a fan.
I'm a fan of blueberry though. Do you like blueberry typically?
No, I do love blueberry, but I'm going to take another sip. But
really-
for me, it kind of hit like grape jelly. Is that weird?
No, I get that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's sweet. So I could tolerate it because of the sweetness. So
I didn't feel the grape jelly until you said it. No, that's great. I don't mind it. Yeah, I don't mind the grape jelly, but
okay. Blueberry jasmine.
But as far as the kombucha is so like it feels carbonated, I guess.
Yeah.
I always feel like, ooh.
Yeah.
So
yeah. The carbonation is the big thing. I will tell you.
Your pups want to try some.
Oh my gosh. Do you hear my dogs in the background scratching on the door right now? Yeah. They're
They
so
just
upset.
want some blueberry
They're
jasmine.
so upset. You know what? Maybe I'll throw some their direction.
See, look, I finished mine. This is like a wine tasting.
I didn't finish mine.
I know. It's like a wine tasting. Like friends will be like, "Oh, that's okay," and I'm like, "Really?" And I'm just like, "Ooh."
And you're like, "I'm done.
I'm good."
Okay. So do we do this on a scale of 1 to 10? What do you think? 1 being, I don't care for it. 10 being, it's amazing. What would you give it?
I'd probably go middle of the road.
I'd say a 4 or 5 for me.
Yeah, 5 or 6 for me. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
So
I feel like, and I need to look and see if there's other flavors. If you are from Walker Brothers in Nashville and you're listening to this today, hit us up.
Some more flavors.
Yeah, tell us about some more flavors. Send us some stuff. We'll do another testing.
Yeah,
for sure. Okay, next one up. I love this Synergy brand.
I do too. This is the kind of always this one, and there's one other one that I can't remember the name of it, so it doesn't matter. But it's like in a dark brown kind of squatty bottle.
Yeah,
I've tried that one too. Yeah, I can't remember the name of it.
So we picked Strawberry Serenity from Synergy.
Typically, I love strawberry.
I do too. So we're gonna see exactly. Pop me a
Note
glass
to
over here.
consumer: don't shake these. I have before, and it's not good.
Oh, Dixie, are you serious?
And my daughter's like, "Don't shake it." I'm like, "What?" And then I opened it and I found out quickly. Why not?
Why not?
It'll
Exploded on you like a
it's just
volcano.
just like a carbonated beverage. But I wouldn't, because it has sediment.
Yeah.
And so my first response was to shake it up.
Yeah. Don't shake it.
What is it, strawberry?
Strawberry Serenity.
Okay,
Here we go. Cheers.
Here you go.
Oh,
that's good.
No, I really like that a lot.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's bright. Yes, I can taste the strawberry.
Oh, and it's the aftertaste of the strawberry for me right there too.
It's like you ate one.
Yes, it just took me like 5 to 10 seconds, and I'm like, oh, I like that too. Sometimes the aftertaste on a lot of these different things will get you.
You don't really know.
Yeah, I'm really happy with that. Here, I'm gonna bust the rest of this.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, Strawberry Serenity. I would buy that again.
Down the hatchet.
Absolutely. Okay.
All right.
Scale of 1 to 10. What are you giving?
I'm going to give that one probably around a 7.
I'm going 8 with that one.
All right.
I
may change my mind, because when I tasted that, I was like, well, I gave the other one a 5 or a 6. I've got to make this one higher. But no, that one's really good.
Yeah, I enjoy that. And you want to know something really funny? So we're like health oriented on this podcast, right? We're trying to be as health oriented and conscious as possible. But this is taking me back to a Christmas time when we did a crumble taste test of our family. Scale of 1 to 10. What would you give that?
Yes. I feel like I remember seeing this on your story or something. Yes, that's so fun.
Oh my God, so bad.
That's so fun to get crumble cookie and do the taste test.
I don't know why here's my squirrel moment for this podcast
I love
episode.
It.
There you go.
Yes. Right. Have your crumble cookie tasting, and then get your half a bottle of kombucha.
Okay, so yeah, let's talk about that.
To take care of the inflammation from the sugar, and then you can do this. See, we're here to serve.
We're here to help you.
Because the crumble cookie's delicious. Let's not move past that too quickly. I love crumble cookies.
I know, I do too. But the sugar in it, it's just so much. Which does bring me to this point too. People will say there is sugar content in each of the kombucha. You do need to watch how much you're drinking regularly. Like, hey, this
one doesn't have much. It's only 8 grams, total sugar 9 grams in this. So that's not bad.
And it is saying 1 bottle is a serving. So this one that we're getting ready to have.
Yes, because that's something that irritates me to death is when you get something like this and then they tell you it's got 9 grams, but then there might be like 5 servings in here.
Yeah. So you're like, what is happening? I have to do like a tiny bit.
Yes. Just if I'm buying the bottle, just tell me what's in the bottle. And this one says 1 bottle. So that's good. Does yours say 1 bottle?
This one, the next one we're going to try says 1 bottle is a serving, but it says 16 grams of sugar in it. So it's double what you
said. So if you do half, you could do this whole bottle for half the sugar.
For half of this, yeah.
So maybe this one tastes good. We won't know though.
I can't wait, because that's my favorite. Actually.
Oh, is it?
I have done that 10
out of 10?
That's probably my 10 out of 10.
Okay.
And we'll see what you think of it. But
all right.
We're going to do another synergy. This one's going to be Mystic Mango. So, now, how do you feel about mangoes?
Actually, I love mangoes.
Okay. I'm not a huge mango fan.
I usually buy frozen fruit I usually buy frozen mango.
Okay.
And mix it with a vanilla yogurt with some walnuts.
Wait, now that sounds like a nice combo.
Yes.
Frozen mango, vanilla yogurt, and some walnuts.
Vanilla Greek yogurt and walnuts. Yeah, so good.
Okay.
And you can keep the mango kind of frozen, and it feels more like a treat, like ice cream treat, like a frozen treat.
Yeah.
But sometimes if I'm taking it to work, I'll go ahead and put the mangoes in there, and they'll thaw a little bit, so it'll be a little bit softer.
Ooh.
And then the crunch is from the
walnuts. Okay.
So good.
There you go. I might do that tomorrow.
So I am a fan of the mango. Okay. So yes.
So this is Mystic Mango.
Not just any mango, but Mystic. That's it. Cheers.
Cheers. Well.
Oh, I like that one. You don't like it.
See on my face immediately. I'm going to try the rest of it here.
Yeah, I would totally drink that.
Well, I'll send that bottle home with you. I'm not a fan.
You're like, because I'm not drinking that.
It does not appeal to my taste buds at all.
Yeah, it's a tie for me with the strawberry.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. So here, I'm handing you that bottle. It's going home with you. Mystic Mango.
There you go. It's not bad.
I think for any of these, having a palate, everybody's palate is so different.
Oh, for sure.
Really find what works for you. I think that I mean, I like the pickled onions and pickled
Mhm,
beets and all of those kind
yeah.
of things.
Oh,
But
I don't do beets, so that's where we're different there
yeah,
too. Yeah,
yeah.
I would. Yeah,
But
Ooh.
isn't it interesting how different we all are with our
Mhm.
palates in terms of what sits and what hits?
Or too, yeah, because I work in a restaurant and we just tried this new. It's called Nashville style hot. So
Oh,
it's spicy,
okay.
and we took surveys because it was brand new. If you ordered it, we had you fill out a survey.
Okay.
People would say they couldn't. It wasn't spicy enough,
Oh,
and then people would say it like was so spicy they couldn't take it.
wow. Is this barbecue?
Yes,
Oh,
like a spicy
wow.
barbecue
Yeah.
sauce. And so they're getting the same stuff
Mhm.
and have two completely different
Two different experiences.
with their
Mhm.
palate.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's interesting how like you and the apple cider vinegar.
Right. I think for me, it just makes me go, wow, we are so different, but yet we're so similar.
Similar, right?
I mean,
yes.
how funny that perception that we all have, the
Mhm.
difference we have.
Yeah.
All right,
I
guys.
haven't had a beet in a long time. I don't like them,
Mm.
but they say your taste buds change to like every 7
7 years. Yeah, you should try beets again.
Maybe I like a beet now. I don't
There
know.
you go.
We'll see. I'll try.
Okay, so
Apple
far,
cider-
apple cider vinegar
and
and
beets.
beets.
There's not much I won't eat that I don't like, but those two are. But if I can taste, like when people put apple cider vinegar in things,
Mhm.
it doesn't bother me at all.
It's just a
It's
singular.
just the singular, like,
Yeah.
Mm.
Not so. Look at your face. Not so much.
Ooh.
Okay.
So this is your favorite.
This is my favorite. This is by a brand called Kavita.
Kavita.
Yes.
I
You
like
sounded very
I
commercial.
know, right?
Kavita.
Kavita.
It's
It's-
pineapple peach.
It's bold and smooth.
Mhm. And yes, it is. It's bold and smooth. And you were just reading on it. It does have a little less sugar in it for the bottle.
The whole
than
bottle
the
has
Synergy
9
does.
grams.
Yeah.
And actually, it's just it's total sugars are 9 grams, but only 8
Mhm.
added. But then when you look at the it's cane sugar, but
Yeah.
it has a little they do add sugar. But if you notice, I don't know if I told you that I made kombucha one time when I
Yeah.
homeschooled
Yeah.
my kids for years, and
Yeah.
I went through this stage where I needed to have kombucha and make it. So you can get, this is going to sound crazy, you can get a mother, they call it, the mother.
Oh, wait. Like instead of like a bread starter, the kombucha is a mother?
A starter.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So you brew tea. I know, it's
I'm
crazy.
sorry.
I'm sure my kids would be like, oh, I remember that. Because I would make
Did
them
they not
drink
like?
it.
Oh, they were not a fan.
No, because it sits like I had this big mason jar, the big half-gallon
Mhm.
mason jar with the mother. It looks like this giant slimy mushroom.
Oh my gosh.
And then you brew tea and you add sugar and it ferments and it sits.
Yeah.
And you drink it.
That's very symbolic of, I mean, what we're drinking right here.
Right.
So it hasn't changed. How many years ago that was, it hasn't changed.
No. This is, my kids were like middle school.
Okay.
So they were not a fan.
Yeah.
And it just sat on the counter, like your counter right there. It would just be this jar. It looked like a science project all the time.
What did you say when people would come over and see that?
That's my kombucha.
Okay.
Like, what's kombucha? Because my kids are now 25 and 23.
Yeah.
They were probably like 9 and 10. So we're talking a good bit of time ago.
Yeah.
And it was pretty woo-woo and new at the time.
All right.
And they were like, what? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's so good for your gut. All the things.
Yeah. But they're not buying it at that age.
No.
Do they buy it now? Are your 23 and 25-year-old healthy now?
Yes. And they drink this kombucha. And I'm like, it's all cool in the pretty packaging. But when mom has it in the mason jar, you don't want
the mother. We're not so happy.
Yes, because this is going to be crazy. They'll grow like a piece off of them and you can share it.
Oh.
And then you can have yours too.
Dixie, let's start another mother.
I promise you could put it on Instagram. Does anybody have a mother kombucha? And I bet you somebody would be like, oh, come by the house. I'll give you one.
We do live in the South. I would bet that would happen too. But yeah.
Because I did that with a sourdough starter. I saw a friend and I was like, hey, do you have some to share? She's like, sure. And I went and picked it up.
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm a sourdough mom now. But
you have that now?
I do. I just got it this past week. I've been feeding her.
And have you named her?
I have not named her. But I am feeding her, and I'm going to bake a loaf of bread before I leave town on Friday.
Okay.
See what it tastes like.
Okay. Bring me some next time.
I will.
We do our
Yes.
in person because I would
That's
love to
it.
have some.
Yes, sourdough's good.
Okay.
If you want a starter, I can bring you some too. But I had one at one time and it was a huge commitment and I got completely overwhelmed.
Yeah.
This girl made it feel very easy.
Okay.
And I don't feel near as stressed about it. So
because I feel overwhelmed. I did that at one point, and I killed
with like
the host.
The discard
I killed the
host.
host.
Oh no. Like with the discard and this and all the things you can, it's crazy. And
Yeah.
I just got way overwhelmed and I felt like I just had sourdough everywhere.
Yeah.
Like the jars everywhere. I was like, I can't do this.
That was me.
But there is a girl too that Anna shared with me on TikTok or Instagram, and she makes sourdough super simple.
Mm-hmm.
And then my friend, she lives in Lebanon, she makes it super simple too.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I can do this.
That's what I need. Because
So stay tuned for that.
It was not my success either. I had the same experience you had before.
Yes.
Overwhelmed.
So if I can successfully make a loaf, I have improved my experience.
Yes, you have. You could do kombucha, or you could go buy this stuff because I'm telling you, the Kavita is good.
Yeah, it's way better to go buy it. But you do add sugar for it to ferment.
Yeah,
that's why it has sugar in it.
And I thought that was interesting because
that's actually where I was going with all of this.
Was the sugar,
sourdough, and everything else?
We went down a sourdough road. Yeah, give me your glass. I'll pour you a little bit.
Oh
of this.
yeah, yes.
So this is
your fave.
This is my total fave. This is pineapple peach. Okay.
Ooh, it smells good too.
Cheers.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, buddy.
Yes. Kavita. Oh, that might be the winner for me.
Really?
Yeah.
1 to 10?
I'm gonna give it like it's up there, like 9.
Yes.
Yeah. You're a 10.
I'm going 10.
Perfect 10.
Yeah.
9.5. Let's do that. No, I'll give it a 10. That's really good.
Yeah, and I like the fact too, like you were reading the label, it has half the amount of sugar as the 2 other bottles that we had tried.
Yeah, you can drink that whole bottle for. I didn't see the strawberry has a lot.
No, the strawberry I didn't look. The mango had the 16.
I didn't put my contacts in today. So. Oh yeah, the same amount. So they just must have the same kind of how they make it.
Yeah, let's go back to the first one. Sugars in the first one are 11.
Okay,
and this is a 12-ounce.
Yeah,
so
12 ounce with 11, and this is 16, so that's about the same amount.
I think so,
ratio wise.
But here's the thing: I also want to reiterate the fact that sugar is not all bad.
No,
you just have to have your stuff in moderation. It's everything is in moderation,
right? I just feel like people talk about sugar being inflammatory and all of that, but I feel like too, it's how you eat it, how much you're eating, like. If you're just eating a bunch of crap all the time, you're going to be inflamed.
And how you're combining it with your other foods too. That's another really big thing.
Huge, yeah.
I had a dietitian talk to me about that at one point, and it was super interesting about the food combining and apparently how it works through our system in terms of what your system really is. It is all a trial and error, honestly. I mean, you can go with the base rules of food combining and different things that you read about and that you hear about. But in the end of the day, it's really about how it sits with you, how it agrees with you, what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So like on the kombucha, I don't do it every day.
Yeah.
I forget about it, but I would say out of 7 days a week, I'm doing it probably 4 or 5 days a week.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, that's awesome.
And then a lot of times it's at the end of the day. And my daughter told me that she goes, I will sometimes when I'm feeling like I want a sweet treat, I will go and get a bottle of kombucha because I know it's got the sugar in it. So that's going to crave that. But I also know I'm doing something good for my body with getting the fermentation. Yeah. And my husband and I, a lot of times will even split a bottle at night.
Yeah. Love it.
So there's a lot of different options.
I'm going to have to get that.
Kavita. Yes. Kavita, send me some bottles of your pineapple peach. We will promote it all day long.
Yes, we will. That's awesome.
You have total fans now.
It's so good. I'm going to start this at night.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's when we usually do it.
You could put it in a pretty glass too if you want to feel fancy.
You absolutely could. But like you said earlier, do not shake it.
Right. Yes.
Don't shake it. That carbonation will like a volcano.
It will, like a volcano. I know.
Oh, goodness.
If there's a debacle that could happen, I'm probably having experience.
You're the one.
I know, right? Yes. If it's a issue of like clumsy or something like that, like shaking something that should be shaken. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm your girl.
Yeah. Well, I was getting ready to, and we were in the store with my daughter the first time, and she's like, okay, what do you think of this one and this one? And I saw the sediment on the bottom, and I'm like, I picked it up and I went like this. She goes, no.
Right.
And I was like, what did I do?
Right.
Yeah. I didn't even realize that it was carbonated until I opened up the first time. I mean, that's how little I had jumped into the kombucha train, if you will.
Yes.
I thought I've got my routine. I've got things working for me and I don't want to upset that.
Mm-hmm.
And her point was like, it's not going to hurt you if you just do a small glass of it, just even a quarter of a cup or a third of a cup.
Right. Just add it to your evening routine.
Absolutely.
My kids love it now.
Yeah.
Now that it's pretty.
It's pretty and it's bottled nice.
And it doesn't look like I'm, growing things in the kitchen. But there's so many benefits to it because we just learned so much about the gut in the last, I would say, 12, 15 years.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
So it's important to take care of ourselves. The only little gut we get.
Amen, sister.
Yes.
Amen.
And you want that microbiome to be healthy and filtering through all the things.
Yeah. And it does that. It's reaching out through every cell of your body. Yeah. Everything. Yeah. Do you find that your kids are healthier? I'm just interested to know because we started talking about that. And since they're older, do you find that they are diving into that health front more so now in their 20s than they were even in their teens? Do they feel like it's like they understand the value of it more now than because as a teenager, a lot of times they're like, meh, I got other things going on, and now that they're in their 20s and they're living on their own, they're doing their thing, they're going to school, they're graduated, their life is happening, they're adulting. Do you feel like by you setting that example in your household, do you think that has made an impact on your kids now?
I think so. I think that it may not just be my example, but similar to your bringing up your kids, my kids were just brought up in the gym.
Yeah.
Like we were members of CrossFit gyms and they had CrossFit kids and they were a member of that community.
Yeah.
And so they saw not just me, but they saw other people like living like that. And they've always just kind of taken care of themselves. Yeah. It wasn't like a forced thing, but like for years, I just cooked like paleo diet type things because I was, doing so much lifting and wanted extra fat in my diet, which you get in good fats and paleo. And so they've seen me try a ton of things too.
Right.
So now they're trying to figuring out kind of what works for them.
Yeah.
But they're pretty healthy. Yeah. And I don't have to really force that. My daughter particularly she's always been super healthy, as you know, because you have college athletes. She was a college athlete. So you can't let that go.
Right.
You have to be so on it.
Absolutely.
And my son, not a college athlete, but very much conscientious of his health and strength and gym goer and all that kind of stuff. So I think so.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting how the habits that we develop as we age and with the little people around us and what they see us doing, like indicative of going to the gym, and you're taking them with you or fixing dinner at home, whatever that is for you. Like, let your little people help, let them see you doing it, involve them in those things, involve them in choosing stuff at the grocery store when they're little, anything to help give them that basis of this is why it's important. Because I think little people, a lot of times, my youngest specifically, will absolutely call me out on things. Like she could see right through me. If I told her we're eating this just because I said so, she'd be like, like, why? You're going to have to give me a why for me to buy into it.
You're right.
Yeah. And I think if you give them that why, whether it's like a push from them or whether it's just you can see it's an inquiry, that sets them up for things further down the road to go, all right, this is why this is important. I may go away from it because I'm a teenager and I'm going to have Doritos and Reese's for lunch today.
Sure. Yeah.
But ultimately,
I'm going to lunch.
Doesn't it? I did that. But the reason I said that was because that's what I did in high school.
Doritos and Reese's.
Yes. And a Mountain Dew. Can we just talk about
right?
Can you talk about what happened with my insulin into the next class after lunch?
You were like,
it was horrible.
Right.
But we grew up on a farm and my mom had a garden and we cooked from the garden. And there was a farm around the corner that raised cows and we would get a half of a cow every year and freeze it. Yeah. So all the good stuff I was seeing, but I was just in that place of meh.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to do what the teenagers do. But
you get off the farm and you're like, oh my gosh, all of this.
Yeah. Yeah. So I went through all that for a couple of years and then I realized just how bad I felt. And I went, all right, it's time to take hold of these initial things that I had kind of learned and feel what works for me and feel out what doesn't work for me. But I just know that having Doritos, Reese's, and a Mountain Dew at lunch wasn't working.
Well, no, it probably wasn't working, but it was fun in the moment. It was delicious.
Yeah, it was delicious in the moment.
Yeah, but then it doesn't serve you well.
No, let's talk about what that did for my gut health.
Right.
Speaking of gut health,
that's so funny. Yes, I remember when my kids were. You were talking about giving them ownership over some things, but when they were younger, I did read a book about that very thing, like getting them involved in the kitchen.
Yeah,
and when they helped cook something or made it up or wanted something, they ate it.
Yeah.
And so I would be like, hey, do you want to cook this? If they cooked it, it's like, you're not eating my, why aren't you eating my?
Oh, wow. Right.
So, and now they both can cook. My son is a fantastic cook. I love it when he cooks dinner now. Because
that's awesome.
It's so delicious, but he's, I love to cook and always have loved to cook, but he's just heads and tails
taking it to another level.
Yes. I tried to get him to go to culinary school, but he's not interested. He just likes to do it for fun.
Yeah.
Well, but he's so good. Yeah. All of his friends, when they have dinner parties, he's the one that cooks. Like they're like, will you cook? And we'll buy the food if you'll cook it. So he loves to cook. He's really good at that.
Well, good. Then you had they had a really great example, setting that up for them. And then you can take that and
cook too.
And springboard, and they know how to cook in a way that's beneficial for them too. And I will tell you this, and again, this is another one of my woo-woo metaphors that I have. I don't think that your calories like work in your body the same way when something is cooked with love and care.
I think the same thing. Yes, I think the same thing.
I feel like the digestion and the assimilation of the food that you're eating when it's made with that care and that grace and that compassion. And that sounds crazy, but what I mean is like, you're taking the time, you're making the effort, you're spending time in the kitchen with someone while you're cooking, or you're listening to good music, or you're just really enjoying the process. That way, when you sit down to eat and you enjoy the process, I just feel like it metabolizes differently in your body. And maybe I'm just totally making that up. But
well, no, I'm gonna say it a step further, because I feel like it makes sense to me. If we're just gonna go on the woohoo train,
let's do it.
I mean, stress prohibits any good thing.
Yeah.
So if you're not feeling stressed, it makes sense that you would digest better, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, that would make sense to me.
Yeah. Because stress goes all through the body, and talking about going back to square one, when I would talk to clients about where are you feeling this in your body, they would say their gut, and some people would say, oh, my back, my jaw, my head. But as I said, 99% of the people are saying they're feeling it in their stomach. That's that root of that digestive place where we really assimilate the minerals and the nutrients from our food.
Yep. You got it.
And the gut and the brain, totally connected.
Yeah, they are.
Hey.
I mean, the gut's sending stuff out everywhere.
All the messages.
It's sending all the nutrients, all the things.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
Well, kids, go get you some kombucha. Give it a try. We have, maybe we'll do this again.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
We'll find some more brands and some more flavors for us to try, and we'll bring them to you. But
yeah, we could try little energy shots, anything that'd be
fun.
Oh,
my goodness.
Not
Can
all
you imagine
energy,
us?
They have energy and immunity and all the different things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we should do that.
Oh, it's cold and flu season. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Great idea, Dixie.
Yes, I'll be on that. I'll get on that.
Okay, let's do. All right, guys. It's a gut feeling. Try out that kombucha. Give it a shot.
Do it.
All right. Until next week, I'm Dawn.
I'm Dixie.
We'll see you again.
See you later.